Hey guys, welcome back to another video. We are High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, entrepreneurs. Oh, welcome back. Yeah. Welcome back or welcome to. All right, either one, depending. If you're new, nice to meet you. And if you're not new, hey, love y'all. Welcome back. We're High Season, a social media agency that helps business owners, entrepreneurs, and marketers step their social media game up and break the algorithm. This video is going to be a little different today, okay? This is kind of like a first thought / FYI video because we just read some very interesting news directly from Instagram. Yes. And we really, actually people have been asking us about it even.
Constantly today.
So we really wanted to come out and share our thoughts on it, but also share this update for you because the way that you are using Instagram hashtags, everything you know, not everything you know, I'm so
but
dramatic.
A lot of it. It's very dramatic.
Lot of things you knew are different. There are some big changes. So we wanted to create a quick video for you guys because our goal always is just to keep you like all the way up to date as much as we can. And when we are seeing strategies change or when we're testing new strategies, we always want you to be, you know, on top
of the game.
Yeah.
So the last video we dropped before this one was a YouTube short and we also popped it on Reel. So you can check that out. Now that was just a quick summary of a blog post that Instagram released recently that just talked about how to get ranked in search. 2 of the 3 things they talked about were pretty standard, you know, making sure your handle and the name on the page and your bio were keyword heavy, keeping keywords all up in your bio. But the one thing that they dropped on us, which is one of 2 bombs recently,
which is okay and so smoothly too, just quietly.
I
mean, you know, it was just kind of like there as like a little note, as if like everybody wasn't had a whole strategy and this didn't just change the way that they do things.
More so the second one than the first one.
But the first one too. Yeah.
So the first one we just touched on it quick in that short, but they were saying that instead of putting your hashtags in the first comment, that we have told you to do that. We also, the caveat is that we like it that way for aesthetic reasons. There's nothing more ugly to us than like 30 hashtags clumped in a caption. Now they're saying put your hashtags and your keywords in the caption. This is the first time they've said anything of that sort. Is that correct?
Yeah, I've never seen anything like that. Likewise. And you know, there's always so many blog posts and other YouTubers and everybody else who goes back and forth on this. And when from our testing, it did work. And to be honest, I did test it again recently and we came up in search. But because it's coming from Instagram, my 2 thoughts are either that this is going to phase out where you're able to rank using hashtags in your first comment, or other people really aren't going to be able to search you easily. That could be something because they're specifically telling you, like they said, put it in your caption, put the hashtag in your caption. Yeah. So either this means the algorithm is changing, or, which it's always changing, either it means the algorithm is changing or it means that they're just not going to have you as a preference in ranking, which is a big deal. Either way, you kind of want to follow what they're saying when they tell you something.
They didn't say why. And so, you know, it's kind of hard to assume, and that's what we've tried not to do. And you were sort of just alluded to, which is a good segue, about other YouTubers saying things. So a lot of people have been speaking about things like this online, and some people are saying, no, you have to put it in the caption, and no, it has to be in a comment. Like everything was conjecture and just hearsay previous to this. Like we said, first time they've actually explicitly stated, put the hashtags in the caption. So that is an aesthetic issue to work around. However,
sorry, it's just funny because it's like, I know where you're going with it.
Yeah.
So first things first, in terms of your Instagram hashtag strategy for 2021, 2022, Instagram is telling you put your hashtags in the caption. So that's one thing you're going to have to note for your strategy going forward.
Exactly.
Sorry, I interrupted
you.
No,
that is it. But the aesthetic conundrum that comes with slapping 30 hashtags at the bottom end of a beautifully written caption actually was solved by Instagram themselves, and something they released this week. I'm gonna let Tiffany tell you. You can drop
guys,
it on.
Huge deal.
And can I, before you even say what it is?
Yeah.
Instagram finally told us how many hashtags to use, and you're gonna tell them. And we have said to you guys over and over that, you know, anyone saying otherwise, we heard numbers of 17. No, you have to use 23. No, you have to use 10. We've said it over and over. They're just making stuff up, guys. Like, don't listen to anybody unless it comes from Instagram. Finally, Instagram has spoken.
So, you know, though, we were Team 30.
Team 30.
We were Team hashtag 30 or Team 30 hashtags. I like hashtag 30. But we were Team 30 all the way, right? And that's because Instagram gave us the 30 hashtags. So there's our Slack. That's like 3 Slacks.
Yeah, and I found my watch buzz too.
So we were Team 30 because that's what Instagram gave us, right? Yes. And we knew when we posted, we saw that you got more opportunities to come up in different places, so it made sense to use the 30 hashtags that they gave you. And they never anywhere said, don't use 30 hashtags. Never. However, this week, a post that we will put right here, which has exposed the actual number, which has revealed the big number, YouTube is that you should be using 3 to 5 hashtags per post. 3 to 5.
Who would have thought?
That's literally no hashtags, guys. That's nothing.
It's a very, how do you feel about it?
It was actually hilarious because I saw comments and they're like, in 2 months it's going to be like use 0.2 hashtags.
I remember just telling you, I was just like, and I saw it.
Yeah, and we were like, what? Because it's a big deal, right? It's part of the strategy. Like, when you think about it, like, we're doing all this work, and we do this work for our clients, and what we're doing is finding these hashtags in different niches, different categories, all these things, and trying to maximize the opportunities for reach. And we knew that it worked, because when we applied this bank of hashtags, we were coming up in different areas, in different hashtags on the Explore page, on the search, everywhere.
All the time. Regularly.
Now, if Instagram is saying don't use more than 3 to 5, when you ask me what my thinking is, my first thought is that this is becoming like a spam issue or something's happening here where they're not wanting that chunk there anymore. And there's one thing to think
12
about.
12 years after it was launched,
I know,
whatever
right?
it is, like 10 years. Like...
And I think because the platform's changing so much, right? And they're really in competition. You can see this is the most transparent Instagram has ever been.
That's a great
And
point.
It's because they want people to succeed on the platform because people are going to other platforms.
That's true.
TikTok is their
primarily.
big, right? So
and,
that
and
I think,
here too,
and here as well, right? So I think this is why they're being more transparent because they want people to succeed. Creators have never grown like they have in the last year on Instagram. That's my thought, is that it could be like a spam issue is something that they're considering that. And that's because they also said, do use specific hashtags so your fans can easily search for your content. You can even create your own. And I think the reason is when you're putting so much, and so many people do this, you see things that come up and the photo has nothing to do with the actual content.
Yeah, totally. What's this the first one? Do use hashtags that are relevant to the theme of your content.
I think this is becoming an issue, which we'll definitely put that up here. And I think that's one of the major issues. So they're like, okay, let's cut down this spam. Let's cut down this it's like you mess with the algorithm when you do that. Of course they're able to use like image recognition and they're able to use the AI to scan what content is, but you're still messing with the algorithm when you put all these annoying hashtags in there.
And even on the don't side, so on the do side, they have a hashtag do's and a hashtag don'ts. On the do's, the final one is do keep the number of hashtags between 3 to 5. And that was when, actually, shout out to Taylor. Taylor sent it to us on Instagram. I did miss it. Thank you so much. And I was sitting over there and I said it to you and your mouth dropped. Because obviously we've been telling you guys to use 30. How long have we been doing this? Nearly 3 years.
Yeah.
Telling you guys
we've been on social using 30 hashtags forever.
And then on the hashtag don'ts page, which I imagine will pop here, it says don't use too many hashtags. Adding 10 to 20 hashtags will not help you get additional distribution.
Yeah.
Which is super interesting. Because, like you said, what if all 20, 30 of those hashtags
are super relevant?
Are relevant to the content, which is why we always talk about in all of our videos, I imagine we'll pop one up here, about creating a hashtag bank surrounding the different content types. You should have multiple hashtag banks for each of your content for one account. And we've done that in consults with clients. We've done that for clients. Like, it's a...
Yeah, and we know because it was working. So I don't know if this means this is an immediate change that happens. I don't know if this means slowly they were deranking people.
Yeah.
Because interesting, we had some people who messaged us and said, hey, I noticed lately that my posts weren't doing so well. There's always various factors that can impact that. But people were mentioning that. But then you had someone else who's like, hey, I stopped using 30 hashtags and my engagement tank. Did you say
I saw that today,
so it's so interesting, but all we can do is knowing and trusting the platform is go in the direction of what they're telling us to go. And something has clearly changed where they want people to stop using the full set of hashtags that are available to them.
But once again, it's the first time they said 3 to 5. Everyone's saying 10 or 17 or 23.
Yeah, and those numbers were random. So
and that's what we were trying to say to you, not told you so, but literally this is what we were waiting for.
Yeah.
And the interesting thing is like you actually said, Tiff, at the beginning, this is our initial thoughts. We just saw all of this. We're still computing it. We're in our testing phase. Mm-hmm. So like you were saying, we don't know if it's going to be immediate. We're going to have to test.
Yeah. Thank goodness there's we have over 10 accounts that we manage. So we're going to be able to test various
all
accounts.
different things.
So we're working on how we're going to kind of batch things out and like what the testing periods will look like. But there's something to consider is, for example, we're thinking about what's that mix of hashtags now? Is that going to be, and something that they mentioned, which was interesting too, which I remember seeing.
Yep.
Oops. Thank you.
There we go.
It said, do mix well-known and niche hashtags to broaden your discoverability. So now, of course, we're like, well-known and niche. All right, so what are you saying? Are we going to do a mix of 2 popular hashtags? So this is what we're actually going to be testing, guys.
Yeah.
So feel free to test. Are we going to, and so vague, yeah, of course, because they're never going to give you exactly.
No.
But, you know, we're thinking like, are we going to do 2 mega popular hashtags, like very popular, and maybe 3 niche? Are we going to do blend a formula of 3, 2, and 1? Do you know what I mean? Like, what is that going to look like?
6.
Like 3 niche, 2 medium. And,
that's what it should be, because I was talking to someone today
2
about
niche.
that, like,
is that what you were saying to someone?
My friend.
Okay.
And I was telling him about it.
Yeah.
And he was like, "Oh, you should do 1, 2, and 3."
Yeah,
this.
and
I was like, "Yeah, hang on,
that's
that's not 5."
Yeah. Oh yeah, I was like 3, 2, 1. Numbers, guys. Quick maths.
I mean, quick maths. It's terrible. But yeah, we're gonna have to test it out, and maybe you do like 2, 3 niche and 2 medium, or what. There's going to be all sorts of combos, and this, I think, it's going to take a little bit of time.
Yeah, to get the sweet spot.
Exactly right.
Mm-hmm.
It's going to take some time.
Yeah.
We're not going to be able to get the answer immediately, but I was saying to Tiff beforehand, I think this will be maybe a bit of a recurring series. We'll give you guys just random updates as we maybe discover something that works for one account that maybe you could try. And we would love to hear whatever you guys are doing as well. As you guys are testing, let us know. I definitely got an element of maybe stress from some of the comments.
I love it. And honestly, I'm just so happy that Instagram is just giving us information. We're like, back in the day, we're doing so much testing, blind testing, where this is like actually giving us some guidance so that we can be like, okay, what's going to be a correlation that we notice across our several accounts when we're testing different methods, And then that's going to kind of be how we deduce like what we think makes sense for a strategy. And, that can change completely depending on your vertical as well. There's so many different things to consider.
Yeah.
But I'm curious to see how the testing goes. To be honest, aesthetically speaking, if you were going to hit me with the
30 in the
you're going to hit me with the 30 in the caption, it was
worried.
rough for me. I was like, oh my goodness. But now that it's like, all right, 3 to 5, I can deal with that, because for Reels, we were already doing like 5 to 10 actually.
I should
Reels.
do 10. Yeah.
So now we're going to scale that down to 3 to 5 immediately.
And I think this is another point about this whole thing. Gary Vaynerchuk always says, don't be romantic about how you make your money. Don't be romantic about your social media strategy. You need to pivot as the information changes, and the information has changed in a way that I don't recall it changing this significantly.
Yeah.
About a particular tactic or strategy that we use. Like, the algorithms changed a million times, and well, they say you use videos and not as many photos, blah blah blah. But this hashtag strategy, like, this is pretty. I feel like this is a much larger deal, and the response from people so far it's been 24-ish, 36 hours since they dropped it at the filming time, and I'm getting a much, like, people seem like bugged out over it. It feels big,
because it's a good, and that also just shows you how important hashtags are and what a great tool they are. Yeah. So for those people who always are like, do hashtags matter? Instagram's telling you they matter, so there you go. If the platform tells you it matters, they matter. And 2, now you got to be looking at just which ones to use and how to apply that to your strategy. But it's going to be probably a bit more stressful in terms of deciding what to use in the beginning. Because even today I was like, all right, so let me test what I'm going to do here on Reels. It's going to be mega only. What did you do? I went all mega on the Reels.
All mega?
Yeah.
But that's what we've been doing on Reels. I use 10 massive ones on the craft. I don't want to say the word because I could demonetize my beverage account, and that seems to work pretty well. The numbers do. I mean, they fluctuate.
But now we will see, because now you only get 5. So you got to be really thoughtful about your 5.
I'd like to test, because I've been using 10 big ones on Reels. That's something there. I've been using 10 big ones on Reels all year. So maybe we're going to use 5 niche ones or something,
and see how that goes,
and then see if that changes the numbers. So, but this is what we're talking about with the testing, guys. Like, just try everything, see what you were doing, and then try the opposite. And then if everything tanks, you're like, all right, we'll flip. Like, don't worry about it. Everything can come back. Content is daily. It's whatever. It doesn't matter. If something messes up, you're not going to ruin the account. So that's why testing is important. A lot of people ask us questions in the comments that they seem to want a firm answer to, but really it's not. Just test. Yeah. See what works. Try it. Doesn't work. Oh, try something else. Yeah. That's really all this thing is, forever and ever and ever. I don't think there's ever going to be an answer for the way that these things are inherently. So, interesting times in social media land.
All right, guys. Well, exciting news. So keep us up to date. As Craig mentioned, drop in the comments. Let us know what your thoughts are on this new 3 to 5 only hashtag strategy. Throw those hashtags in your caption. Who's going to be the 5 to get selected? You know, it's going to be interesting. We'll keep you up to date, of course, as our strategies develop and change, and let you know what's been working for us. Thank you so much for coming back to watch this video. Something quick.
Yep.
Actually, I think we're still at like 15 minutes somehow. We just rambled.
We wanted 5, but
I know.
we
were supposed to be 5 minutes.
Either
we're like,
way.
how are we going to talk for 5 minutes even? And
over this?
Yeah.
Oh, you know how we go.
Yeah.
But smash the thumbs up because I think we skipped that.
Oh, yeah.
Do the thumbs
if you
up.
like this video,
give it a thumb. It helps us in the algorithm.
It does.
Algorithms.
Algorithms,
the vibes.
yes. Hit subscribe below and hit the notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from us. You can follow us everywhere at High Season Co. And you can check out our blog post at highseasonco.com. We will see you in the next video, guys.
Peace.
Bye.